Hey there, welcome to What Keeps You Up at Night podcast. I'm your host, Kiné Corder, and this is the Build in Public series. I have so much to say. I don't know how much I can get out in 10 minutes, but I just hit record, not even really ready. But I said, let's do it because if I don't do it right now, I'm not going to do it at all. So lot has happened. Let's talk about me first and my growth. First of all, I have been dropping the ball. I have missed 2 meetings and was late to one. One meeting I was late to, wonderful woman. I am so glad that I did make that meeting. And I only made it because I was like, let me check my phone. My new thing is to work from 10 to 4. Those are my hours, 10 to 4. And in that time, if whatever I can get done from 10 to 4. Now, I have been scheduling meetings during that time between 10 and 4 and during the current time that I'm on, time zone that I'm on. But what the problem is that I don't have notifications. I don't have notifications for anything. I don't have social media notifications. I don't have um, text message notifications. I don't have even calendar notifications. Now, that's not true. The calendar notification comes up on my phone, but it doesn't make a sound. So I actually have to look at my phone to see what is needed and where I am needed. But the reason why I do that is because back in the day, I used to be on call all the time, just waiting for somebody to need me. And as of 2010, I was like, no, no more of that. It was wearing me out. It burned me out. This is around the time that I left the industry, the barber industry. I was just completely burned out. And I was working on um not I wouldn't say that I don't know how to explain it, but I needed to be needed, I think. That's the best way to describe it. Now, this is way before I was even a therapist. So this is some of this realization and insight has come out of studying to be a therapist, doing my own work. And what I know is that it's easy for me to fall back into that. So I don't have notifications. So for that reason, I've been missing some meetings and I've been late to some meetings and I have owned it. I'm like, it's totally my fault. I completely apologize. It will not happen again. I'm working on it. I'm getting acclimated to the new time in the US. And that's really no excuse, but that is what's happening. The other reason or excuse is because my time is usually blocked out. Like I have a day retreat and I have a 4-day retreat. And if I'm working a 4-day retreat, I have an agenda and I have kind of like a team that's helping me make sure I'm in the right place at the right time. But I don't have a team anymore. I was like, this is different. And my time is blocked out in hours now, like 1 hour at a time. I have a meeting here and a meeting there, and then I'm doing this and I'm doing that. And see, that's that schedule being so scattered, it has me scattered. So I'm working on it. I don't know what the solution is yet, but I am working on it. I'm not going to turn notifications on. That is not the solution. If you were going to suggest that, sorry, no. What I can do is check my phone every hour on the hour. I will commit to that. I will commit to that. So that's kind of that's one part where I'm growing. The other thing is I am so incredibly hyped right now. Like I have so much clarity. I know the future. I know where we're going. I know we're building a retreat center. And usually what I do in life is go straight for the big picture, go straight for the future. And I need to be where I am at this time. And maybe you're going through this same thing where where you know how they say dream big. I don't believe in dreaming big. My dream is what my dream is. It ain't big, it ain't small, it's a dream. By definition, a dream is kind of big anyway, right? So nobody dreams of just sitting on the couch doing nothing. Well, actually, some of my clients do because they've done so much that they're like, you know what? I dream of the day when I could just sit on the couch and do nothing. But anyway, that's not even a small dream. That's a big dream, especially when you've been doing the opposite of that. All I'm saying is I know where I'm going, but I have to be where I am. And I haven't done that in the past. In the past, I grew fast and then it kind of crumbled because there wasn't a strong enough foundation. Done that twice. So I'm not doing that again. I have a plan to just build the foundation. The foundation looks like two things. One, me doing on call. But this is where I need your advice, and you guys can chime in the comments. If you're listening to this video 2 years later, don't do that. Just don't. So, but if this is real time and you're getting this, I'm trying to decide if I go into a shop. I believe that I'm going to be living in Vegas. That's where believe I'll be, but we're making our plan over the next couple of days. I believe I'll be living in Vegas for the next 3 months, 6 months tops. I've got to get my butt to Dubai. That is my North Star. That is where I am going. The faster I can get there, the better. If you have an idea of how to get there fast, if you can help me get there fast, please let me know in the comments, email me, reach out, whatever. Even if you book us a session with me to tell me how I can get to Vegas, I will give you your money back. I mean, not Vegas, Dubai. I will give you your money back. Promise I will. I will give you your money back because I need to know how I can get to Dubai. That is all I am thinking about. That is what I am asking the universe for. This war is getting on my freaking nerves. So the second thing I want to talk about besides my growth is me. This is another piece of growth though. Me being present and setting the foundation. Either here's the advice I need from you. Either I'm going into a shop, like a shop, a regular shop, just shop, but an upscale shop, not like they're not going to be smoking weed in the back of the shop. Like, no, that's not the shop I'm going in. Y'all see me. I'm not that girl. So I started in the shop like that. One of the very first shops I worked in, it was like drug dealers and game bangers all in the same shop. And I was like, ooh, I got to get out of here. I'm the news story. If anybody in here gets shot, it's me because I'm not supposed to be here. I'm the outlier. I'm the news story. Oh, girl working in the barbershop with game bangers and drug dealers dies. Yeah, yeah, I'm the news story. I already know this. I gotta go. And I loved the barbers who owned that barbershop, but I had to go. I know the news story and I didn't want to be it. So I'm not going to that kind of shop. I'm going to an upscale shop if I go. Or I'm going to a suite, which I know if I go into a suite, I gotta hustle to get those clients, or unless the universe just bends in my favor. So the suite is another option. I can go mobile, which I can still do that. I can have a suite and go mobile. I can do both. I can go into, here's a good idea. You can take it if you want to in your city. Hotels. I can go into a hotel. That's the one that I feel the most connected to. Go into hotels, say, hey, I'm a mobile barber. I can have a chair here in your hotel. I can go to your clients in their rooms, or they can come to me in this room that you allow me to rent. Um, and I can bring my clients from outside here. How about that? And see what the hotel says. Now that means I have to buy a chair unless I find a hotel that happens to have a barbershop that's not being used inside of it. Now that would be serendipity. That would be like, the universe totally bending in my favor. So that's what I'm trying to determine which one of those to do, or a combination. You tell me what you think. Okay, so my growth, my decision I have to make, and the last thing I want to say is the the idea of doing the free community is gone. Uh, Kajabi came out with something called Every Expert. Every expert is where you don't give your service away for free. You just say, come book a session with me. I will give you value right then and there. And then you can decide if you want to continue to work with me. So this is something I'm offering to barbers. Barbers can book a session with me. You can get your own therapy, or we can do some business therapy. I can tell you how you can turn your business into like a mental health hub where you give that care to your clients that they are not going to go to a therapist to get, because before there were therapists, there were barbers, and men were telling their barbers, and still are, everything that they don't tell anybody else, including their wives. So I could teach barbers how to do that. I am teaching barbers how to do that. I need to do it on a higher scale, more, I need to do more of it. And if you are one of those barbers who wants that training, then you can just book a session with me and I can start. Now, whether we continue to work together or not, don't let that worry you. There'll be a link in this video that will tell you a little bit about that. But that's what I decided to do. Go straight to the one-on-ones, collect a bunch of data from you to see what you want in this community. And then I build the community. And then I build the private club. And then I build the retreat center. You see? Okay. So I'm quite thrilled and delighted by this clarity, and it's guiding me. It's my guiding principle. Is what I wake up thinking about. Is what I go to sleep thinking about. And I'm glad that you're here with me. I know I'm going to make some mistakes along the way, but I'm okay with mistakes. I am. I'm okay with mistakes. You should be too. And if you want to go on this journey with me, make sure you subscribe. All right. So thankful.